Welcome back to Metafiles. I'm not going to say what episode it is because we're Agents of Chaos now. And if you want to know what podcast... Well, I mean, I did say the podcast title, but if you want to know anything else, you're just going to have to, like, not know. Or you just infer, you know?
And also, guess what? Fuck you.
Yeah. You know what?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
We're Chaos now. Fuck you.
Yeah. We're chaotic. Don't forget to unsubscribe.
Yeah. Unsubscribe. Delete any old comments that you may have made. And if you put a thumbs up on a video, put a thumbs down on it.
Mm-hmm. That's right. We'll love it if you do that.
We want 0. We want everything to be zeros. The most chaotic number.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, yeah.
7 is kind of really, though. Because it's the wrong syllable.
What if a bar had 7 jukeboxes?
Oh, we are talking about jukeboxes this week.
What the...
Oh, sorry. Oh, well, but I said it in a... But you weren't expecting me to say it, and I said it, which is chaos to you, which is chaos.
You know what? And I'm glad you said it. Chaos back to you, brother.
Chaos back to you, brother. Okay, look, we got to address it. We just did a whole first segment, and it didn't get recorded. And that's true.
Rather chaotic as well.
It was... Chaos came back at us.
We bit off more from the chaos sandwich than maybe we can chew.
We decided, and I frankly forgot that at the end of our last episode, we decided that we are chaos now. I didn't remember that until Jay just said it just now in this segment that you are seeing. But in between those two times, chaos came for me and made my really, really funny first 30 minutes of this show that we did not get recorded, and you don't ever get to hear them. And really good stuff happened in it. Mm-hmm. There was something really cute. Mm-hmm. There was something really smart.
Zach said he was going to give me $100.
I said that in that segment that got deleted. I gave him the $100 in the segment that got deleted. I'm all paid up. We are talking about jukeboxes this episode. We already talked about them for 30 minutes, and it was so good, and I'm having a hard time getting over it, but I'm over it now. I'm not, but I'm trying to be.
Okay.
Did you finish doing your intro?
Yeah.
Okay. Hard to remember because you already had done one.
Yeah, I was all like, "Hey, this is the blood, and this we're talking about blood, and the episode number is blood." It's like, you know what? I'm not gonna. But they, so you know.
It was great. It was really funny. His intro was like wild. I've never seen anything like it, and I never will again. We talked all about jukeboxes. What do we play on them? What do we not play on them? What people should play on them? What people should not talk about it. Here's the thing. Here's where we're going to get you caught up, and we just got to move on. We got to move on with our lives because we can't recreate the whole thing for you.
I do think Desperado's still on the Beats Me.
That's true. Oh, no, it's not.
Ah.
No, it was Silence.
Ah.
Even the Beats Me has to start fresh. We did have the song Desperado on there. I did a rendition of Yakety Sax that was on there that's not on there anymore. I don't think I could do it again. Here's the thing. We got to recover from this. We got to move on. Here's the things that we are going to tell you that we definitely need to tell you that we came up with in the one that got deleted. We came up with good ideas on ways to improve the jukebox. Not that it necessarily needs them. But all things can be improved. Even this show could be improved by it got recorded correctly. I came up with the idea that a song on a jukebox cannot be played more than once within a 6-hour period, because that's the length of a bartender's shift. Mm-hmm. And I sometimes have had to hear the same songs twice in one shift, and it's disconcerting.
And other people have to hear it too, and
Yes.
you got these motherfuckers being like, "I want to hear that again," and everybody else at the bar is like, "I hope I don't have to hear that again," and then they hear it again.
Yeah.
You know, everybody hears it again.
And they are fucked up by that experience.
Yeah.
And they probably go home and cry. Not me. Not that part, me.
Yeah.
Jay, you came up with the great idea of if two people have tried to play a song at the same time, rather than instituting priority play, which is where you pay an extra $1 to have it play sooner. Now there's a voting system. Everybody has to vote on which of the two songs gets played.
That's
Very
right.
fun. The loser, just that song does not get played.
Very fun. Yeah.
It can't be put
loses
back
the
in a
money.
second time.
Yeah.
Was there one in between that and the big one?
It just plays burp sounds.
That's great. That's new. That's new content
Forgot
that
the
didn't
songs?
happen the first time. One more piece of old content that the people who played the songs, if they don't like how the vote is going, they can challenge each other to an actual fight in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's all the old stuff. Now we just have to start all over.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
So, Jay, talk to me about jukeboxes.
So. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. What's the worst song that you would hear on a jukebox?
The worst
last
song
you
for the
fucking wanna hear on
jukebox.
a
Well,
jukebox?
I mean, this came up the last time, and I do just have to say it again very quickly. If a Fish fan has come into any bar, your next couple of hours are fucked because they're always going to play at least 2 live Fish things, which take like 20 minutes each because they think they're going to convert you, which they're not. So that's the worst, but it's not one song.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
The worst one song, I mean, I don't ever fucking want to hear The Joker by Steve Miller Band ever. I think that song sucks. And it's so, it sucks in so many different ways at different points in the song that you can't ignore it because it just keeps, changing why it sucks.
I'm unfamiliar myself. Shall we play it?
I'll sing
Maybe
it for
sing
you.
it? Okay, let's hear that, buddy.
I'm a joker. I'm a joker. I'm a midnight smoker. I live my music in the sun. Some people call me Maurice. Woo woo.
Let's have the woo woo right here on the beat, mate.
Woo.
The singing's going way better.
Not for me. I like the song I sang on the last one much more.
Okay,
But I won't be singing it again. What's your worst one? Also, whatever Elton John song, and I don't hate Elton John. I like a lot of his songs.
Mm-hmm.
By which I mean, I've heard the hits and most of them are cool. But whatever one goes...
Tune into Metaphiles Podcast. We've heard the Elton John songs.
I've heard the songs. I
Little
don't
Tennessee
like the one that goes... Not for
Let's
me.
have that on this part.
Yeah. Let's hear that and see if we'll be able to go. What's yours?
That Headstrong song.
Oh.
Headstrong Till You On. That's the worst one.
Oh, that's such an interesting pull. A song I absolutely do not remember exists until I hear it on a jukebox, which is where you hear it.
Well, I'm from Florida, so it's the Florida fucking theme song practically. So should
People
cars...
in Florida,
Yeah.
they will take on anyone.
Yeah.
That's true, right?
Including people from Florida.
Yeah. Can you name a single other word that appears in that song other than headstrong, I'll take you on, headstrong, I'll take on anyone? Any other word?
He goes, "This is not where you belong," after he says that.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care for that
Yeah.
sentiment.
Yeah, just I tell people that all the time. This is not where you belong.
It's funny to think of the character who that song is presenting. is concerned with like belonging.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a little too.
You get out of Florida. Yeah.
Well, not that aspect, but specifically that it's like a place where one belongs. Not like we don't like. I don't like you being here. It's you don't belong here. It's not the place for you.
So you find it a rather dubious your assumption that this person has belonging in the world and has a place where he even belongs if he's so headstrong and so willing to take on anybody.
Anybody.
Where does he belong?
And that's, I mean, well, is he saying I'm headstrong, or is he saying, well, yeah, he's saying I'm headstrong, I will take on anyone. But then he's saying to somebody, you don't belong. But he's showing up being like, I'll take on anybody.
Yeah, in the headstrong city. This is the headstrong town.
Yeah.
Where everybody takes on everyone. You belong here.
You wake up, you go get the paper, you fight your neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
You go, that's just your day.
Mm-hmm. No marriages ever work out. All divorce all the time.
And so he's saying to the person,
you don't belong here. You're too agreeable.
Yeah,
and
you
make things work.
You are not going to be taking
compromise
on everyone.
And have a self-awareness about you.
Yeah, so it's actually a very nice song in the end, isn't it?
Best leave this place, level-headed person.
Yeah, this is the
bridge of
this
the
is the best first segment of this show that is possible.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Wow. So should car radios be replaced with car jukeboxes?
Oh, so so I'm on a road trip. This is new content, by the way. So I'm on a road trip. I'm in the back seat.
Tune into Metaphiles for new content every week. Yeah.
I miss coin time, by the way, but that's it would be very appropriate on this episode because sometimes you put coins into jukeboxes. Anyway, I'm in the back seat. It's a long road trip. I lean over the center console, slip $1 in. It doesn't go. I have to go back. Pop it in, and then I get to hear "Back in Black."
Yeah.
And the driver just has to take that. But then, does the driver keep the money?
Yeah, it just goes into the gas fund.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe this would be good in a Lyft situation.
Yeah, it would be funny for Lyft to incorporate some kind of aspect on their app, their actual app, where it's connected to Spotify, and the Uber driver, if they have their app open, obviously to do the rides, they have to hook it into their car audio, and anybody can just get in the car and just play fucking Headstrong.
Well, you do it before you even get in the car. You dial up a car, and it says whether they have it or not.
Yeah.
And then as you're waiting the 10, and it turns out 15 minutes until the car actually gets there.
Yeah.
Lyft. Oh.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
I
heard it. It sounded bad in my ear just now. As you're waiting, you put in what you want to hear. You know how long the ride's going to be, so you select the amount of songs that are that long. As soon as you close the car door, you're in the car. Your song starts playing. They cannot talk during your songs.
Ooh.
And then your last song is done as you're arriving.
Wow.
And you don't gotta talk to nobody.
It would piss the hell off of the drivers. I don't think that sentence works. I've been pissed the hell off of. But that's pissing the hell off of me. But I don't think they would like that very much.
There would definitely be people who would abuse it. I mean, that's inevitable. Yeah. You'd have somebody, Fish fans would go crazy.
Hey man, I know we're here, but you just go around the block. You gotta hear this one.
You gotta get the rest of this Anastasio solo. He hasn't even peaked it yet. So just, circle. It's worth it. Yeah, okay, so that one's probably not realistic.
But somewhere in between. Just like a healthy compromise there of the driver can turn it on if they want to. Be like, hey man, it's turned on, just play whatever on Spotify, it'll come through the car speakers.
Yeah.
Sorry, I took an extra 10 minutes getting here.
I was getting high.
Yeah, I was getting high. Sorry that it also costs even more money to get even shittier service. You know, sorry about that.
Hey, this is a Jukebox episode.
Yeah, you're right.
I know we kind of talked all about jukeboxes already, but we got it some more. There's got to be more.
It's chaos time.
It's chaos time. What's a song that plays on the jukebox that you're just neutral about?
Oh,
Chaos question.
wow.
It's not the one you like. It's not the one you hate. It's just one that it's like.
Probably like Sixpence None the Richer, that Kiss Me song.
Oh yeah.
Just because like
Yeah.
I don't like it. I think it's kind of stupid,
Uh-huh.
and I hate the band name so fucking much.
Oh, it's one of the worst
Whoever-
band names of all time.
Yeah, but thanks for cutting me off. I was gonna say some terrible shit about them, like what I want to do to those people. But
Well, I also was thinking about saying that I think they should each just get one big slap on the face.
sure,
Each one of them. I don't know anything
Two
about
slaps on
them.
the poorer. Thanks for watching Metaphiles.
Just unless if any of them is willing to say, yeah, it's not really a good name, then your slap is withheld. That's fair, right?
I can live with that.
Okay. I want to be fair. But yeah, that's
Fair, if nothing else.
that's a good answer.
What do you got?
Maybe that song that's like, I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's? It's like, I don't care if I never hear it again, but if it comes on, then like, okay, sure. Although, I heard that in a lift, oddly, on the way to a bar where there was a jukebox, oddly, and realized that, boy, they are really, really, they're putting a lot of the weight of the song is on that specific line, because they say it about 50 times in a row at the end. It's like an extra minute of them just repeating that.
That shit's wild. That
And,
used to be like how you wrote a song.
Mm-hmm.
So many songs like that, like, oh, just we'll say it 20 more times and cut to tape.
Yeah,
Good. That's
we can stretch this.
yeah. Let's.
People want another full 60 seconds of I said what about
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
2 minutes
They do
30
want
seconds. Not enough for me.
Yeah.
The guy who wrote that song couldn't tell you.
Another one for me would probably be Wonderwall.
Oof.
Yeah.
No, I want that song dead. I don't ever need to hear that again. I'd like a button on my chest that if I press it, I can skip whatever song is playing.
Just anywhere.
Yeah.
In a movie.
Yeah.
In the soundtrack of the movie, you're like,
Yeah, it cuts just that part out. I can still hear the dialogue. Because I'm sick of watching all these movies where people are talking over the song Wonderwall, and I have to mute it, and I don't get to hear what they're saying. I don't get to hear what Adam Driver is saying.
more like Ryan Reynolds, probably. If it's Wonderwall.
Yeah, you're right.
Just skip what he's saying, too.
You're right. Ryan Reynolds is more of a Wonderwall guy. You're exactly right. I actually do think that you're right.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Ryan Reynolds is Wonderwall guy who's Wonderwall girl. Like Rachel McAdams, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Reynolds and Rachel McAdams. Oh, no, wait. Is that just The Notebook?
Ooh. That's, well,
Who's the dude in The Notebook?
Ryan Gosling, I think.
The better of the two Ryans.
Yeah. Oh, by far. Ryan Reynolds is, he's a hack motherfucker.
Whoa. He's probably the more likely Ryan to watch this podcast. So, I don't want to go that far, but...
We're Chaos Boys.
That's right, we're Chaos. And he should appreciate that we're Chaos because he is Deadpool, the chaotic superhero.
Skip comics. Yeah. That's, yeah. That's such a good idea.
Skip button on
Skip
chest.
button.
And all that Ryan Reynolds, all the Ryans talk aside, yeah, Oasis. And I'm not pointing at myself like Oasis is for me. I'm pointing at myself like press the skip button on my chest so that I don't have to listen to Oasis's boring music.
Wow. You're my wonder.
Oasis wrote songs for like dudes in the hallway of a dorm to play on acoustic guitar. That's what they were writing their songs for.
Yeah. Just dicks waiting to get laid at college.
Mm-hmm. Dorm douches in D minor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ding, and after all, oh hey Liz, just playing my guitar. Ding, and after all, huh? Yeah, it's by Oasis.
Welcome to Leia Plays. This is the part of the podcast where I once again come up with a better idea for a podcast than I did than this podcast or the podcast previous, or potentially better.
Huh? I kind of stopped paying attention, honestly.
It's all
I know what this part of the podcast
No, it's all
is
for it's with chaos.
Yeah.
So this one, this is a DIY pod. Hey, this is the podcast. There's you do the hosting. I'm not gonna do it. You do it.
Shouldn't they do it?
Think about how a host would think about what a host would say, and you just do it.
You
yourself.
be the host. You do an intro. Do an intro. You watching right now.
Yeah, get it that way. We're gonna talk about. Don't look at me about what we're gonna talk about either.
Me don't look at you.
We're just like I'm not.
Can I?
Let's do the weather, right?
Am I allowed to look at you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I mean.
Just don't expect me to come up with anything.
No. But yeah, the weather. So.
Just Google on your damn phone the weather.
What's the weather like right now?
What's the traffic like? Just go in your car. Don't look. I'm not gonna do shit.
Oh yeah. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Good job.
Segment time. Think of a good segment. Just if you want a good segment, maybe other podcasts have good segments. I don't know. Find a good podcast with a good segment. Find it.
Yeah.
You find it. I'm not gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking do it. And I could do the outro, but best that. I just would rather not. So just like say some shit that's like an outro for a podcast and do it yourself. Fuck it. That's it. That's the podcast. Do it yourself. DIY. That was a good one. Right?
Yeah, I liked how immersive it was, and
interactive.
Yeah, it really gave the audience a chance to participate, which you don't get a lot.
I wasn't gonna fucking do that shit. So. And also, you can think about it too. We'll be right back. Again. Segment 2, welcome back, Metaphiles. I was almost going to say why, but I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't say why. I was almost going to. But segment 2, jukeboxes in the world, and as I understand it personally, it's a very American thing, right? Is it not?
As far as our purposes, yes.
We got purposes.
Oh, yeah.
We're chaotic, but we got purposes.
Yeah. This episode has motive.
Ooh.
The motives to tell you about jukeboxes. So here we go. I'm going to get through the history portion fairly quickly if I can, because I think the other stuff is better. But that doesn't mean don't interrupt me. Okay?
Sure.
Okay. So, in 1885, music boxes were created. In 1896, player pianos were created. These were the first form of automated coin-operated musical devices, but they used paper rolls or metal discs and cylinders to actually play the music live via instruments that were encased within them.
That's like the Old West movies. You see the pianos with the keys moving by themselves.
Yes.
Super cool. I want one of those. That'd be great. You could be like, I'm gonna go ahead and play some of the piano. I picked it up, and then you just slip the quarters in.
Yeah.
Clandestinely, and then you're like,
yeah. It was really a lot easier to lie to people back then and make them be your friends by lying to them. It was a lot of ways to do it back then that you just don't really have anymore.
Yeah.
It's sad. And this, ultimately, this episode kind of is about how did a machine replace the job of the guy who in an old Western saloon was, his whole life was to sit there and go,
yeah.
And that was his whole life. And then a robot took his job.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Absolutely.
So true.
So, throughout the 1890s, these started being joined by machines that used recordings instead of being played live. But it was in 1889 that Lewis Glass and William S. Arnold invented the nickel-in-slot phonograph. You would put 5 cents into an Edison Class M electric phonograph retrofitted with a device that was patented as the coin-actuated attachment for phonograph. And there were 4 listening tubes attached to it. It would cost you a nickel to do that. Now, I tried to find out what the inflation is on a nickel, but the site I found only went back as far as 1913.
Right.
So a nickel in 1913 is $1.60 today. So that means if we take, 20 more years off of that, you're probably paying about $2 to get to hear somebody go
for listening to.
And you'd hear that.
So kiss me down by the river.
But don't forget to go to school tomorrow. And that comes out, and the guy
strong, I'll take you on.
and the guy who was sitting at the saloon going was like, what? They're doing what?
Yeah. Wow.
In 1928, Justus P. Seeberg, who was a player piano manufacturer,
Justus P. Seeberg.
He combined an electrostable loudspeaker with one of these coin-operated record players and created the audiophone, which was wide and bulky due to having 8 separate turntables mounted on a rotating Ferris wheel-like device, allowing patrons to select from 8 different records, all of which pretty much sounded like, hey, don't you go to the south. Don't forget to go to the bank. But you can choose which of those 8 songs that you like the most. So this obviously is the first jukebox.
8 songs, wow.
He later, Justice did, went on to create the Selectophone, which had 10 records mounted vertically on a spindle. So
select any one of them.
Yeah, any one of those 10. And there were probably only about 10 records then, so. In the 1940s, we get the term jukebox, as various ones were being made based on this guy's idea, pretty much. Justus P. Seeberg, more or less, been better of it.
Wow.
But the term jukebox came from juke joints, which is where the teens would go and go like this with each other. And those were considered unreputable places. So the makers of jukebox tried to avoid this term. The word juke comes from Gullah, which is a Creole language. And it means body.
You trying to juke?
A body box.
Body. Yeah.
At a certain point, there were wall boxes, which was like a little jukebox that you'd have at your booth. And it had little speakers on it. So every table had their own little jukebox, which sounds like a cacophony.
Well, if the tables are separated further and/or far enough apart, it seems like it makes sense. Your own little Bluetooth speaker on your table, basically, right?
Yeah. Sounds like a nightmare to me, but...
Wow, a nightmare, ladies and gentlemen.
Sounds like a living hell.
Yeah.
So, from the 40s to the 60s is when jukeboxes reached their height of popularity, because this was at a time before audio technology became portable or affordable. So, until about 1960, if you wanted to hear a song and you weren't in your house, this was it. So popular during that period of time that the Billboard Hot 100 included what was being played on a jukebox. 3/4 of any records produced in America were going into jukeboxes. Many songs became hits from jukeboxes.
That's a strikingly pertinent feature of that era of music to kind of go under the radar, right? You don't really think about that, like you said, where if you want to hear music outside of your house, like, I don't know, there's like the car radio and shit.
Oh yeah, they had those.
But even then, like, maybe you don't have a car, blah blah blah, and even so, even if you do, and it can, whatever, like, you still, like, you can go to a place with a jukebox and everybody can hear like the big giant hits that everybody loves at the same time.
Yeah.
That you're going to be listening to anyways. Like, imagine, like, everybody loves Headstrong. And everybody's like, this is the best fucking song ever, and you're in Florida, and they do that to it, and everybody goes to the one bar, and they're like, oh, fuck, oh. They do that.
Yeah.
So
that's their reaction to getting to hear the song they love is, oh, fuck. Oh.
Back in the 50s, that's what they said. Oh. But yeah, I don't know. That's just like, it's kind of a big thing back then. It's hard to think about these days. You got everybody instead walking around isolated with their buds in. They can't even hear other fucking people, and the whole purpose is to, they're kids, Back in my day, anyways, forget it.
When I read the sentence that they were the most popular between that period of time, at first I was like, well, that's bullshit. They're still popular now. But not like this, and it might be that we just happen to be two people who really like jukeboxes, as would have been made clear in our first segment, which you did not get to hear. We'll talk about good and bad of jukebox later, but I certainly have put tons of money into them. But is that typical? I mean, certainly hits are not being made from them anymore.
It's really not typical.
They're still, like, ubiquitous.
Yeah. But, I mean, even a bar where the energy is that you're sitting around and you're sitting there and, like, you just choose a song and, like, let's play this over the jukebox. Like, that's just not the vibe,
So, okay. Well, let's come back to all that.
The places I hang out, the cool places.
In 1998, the first digital jukebox came out, and it could hold 750 songs.
Whoa.
By 2011, we got the fully digital ones that we know now, where you can control it from your phone and all that kind of shit. So, that is the history, a brief history of the jukebox. Now we're going to go into some of the most played jukebox songs from antiquity to today. According to Newsweek and the Amusement and Music Operators Association, The top 10...
AMOA. Wait.
The
AMOA.
Amoa. These are the top 10 songs played on a jukebox of all time. Many of which became famous from being in jukeboxes.
OAT. Word. Of all time.
Oh. Amoa. Number 10. My Girl by The Temptations. Number 9. Oh. My Girl by The Temptations. Great song.
My girl, talking about my girl. My girl.
My girl, talking about my girl, talking about her. She's my girl and I'm talking about her. Great song.
It's a big hit, yeah.
Yeah.
Always has been.
Everybody loves it. I could hear that one every day and be fine. Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger.
Old time rock and roll. Alright, I'm done.
No, don't be done.
Okay.
Don't be done.
Don't be done.
You know, sure. Why not? Blueberry Hill by Fats Domino.
I don't know how that one goes, actually.
On Blueberry Hill, I felt my thrill. On Blueberry Hill. It's good.
That was good.
Light My Fire by The Doors.
Ugh.
I've had enough.
Oh.
I've had enough of it. Let's not.
Come on, baby, play a different jukebox song on my jukebox.
Hey-o! Mac the Knife by Bobby Darin. This is from all time. You're not going to be hearing that one anymore. But a great tune. I like it a lot. Heard It Through the Grapevine, the Marvin Gaye version, which I don't think I've ever heard, actually.
It can sound that different.
No. Except for that the singer is different and the guys playing the music are different, probably. But other than that, you got Sitting on the Dock of the Bay
Sass.
coming in at number 4.
The sass.
No, just accuracy. We proved in our last episode that we are not sassy, so that was not sass.
Controversial, I bet some may say.
Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding. You know, sure.
Yeah.
You did it better. Here's what I think about that song. I am so happy that there's a song out there in the world that's very popular that is about a guy saying, "Don't tell me what to fucking do."
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's either that or Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't have as much whistling,
That's true.
which is sometimes a good thing,
Yeah.
sometimes a bad thing.
That's true, too.
If Rage Against the Machine ever gets back together and there's a lot more whistling in the new stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I'll judge it. I'll judge it by that.
Word. That's
Number
fair.
3, Rock Around the Clock Tonight. We're gonna be in a sock hop in the 50s. This is the time when this jukeboxes are the most popular. Absolutely.
Can you imagine hearing that everywhere you fucking went? Oh my god.
But a fun song. That's by Bill Haley and the Comets. So, number 2, but also there's like some controversy about this because it might be number 1. Number 2, and it certainly is considered to be the number 1 country song of all time via jukeboxes. Crazy by Patsy Cline. Written, I learned today, by Willie Nelson.
Oh.
But sung and made famous by Patsy Cline. Crazy for being so crazy. Great tune. I think I sang it right. Number 1, according to the Amoa and Newsweek. You know the Waterhound Dog. That's my brother. What's fucking for but don't forget to go to the bank.
Wow.
That's by Elvis Presley. Now,
Dutch or something.
we've just heard all that stuff. But guess what? Country Daily, they have a different take. I looked up what Country Daily was, and I couldn't really find anything about them. But here's their list. And you just tell me which one you think is more accurate.
Okay.
Number 10, You Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC. I feel like I've heard that more than almost all the songs in the last list. Number 9, I Got Friends in Low Places.
The other list sounds like it cut off at like 1970. And anything recorded after that just doesn't count. Because of course, obviously, Jukeboxes had a huge heyday.
Yeah.
So
And they only had, those
all
records in
time plays. It makes
So,
sense, but
number 8, though, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Number 7, My Girl. Number 6, look out, here comes 7 Up Out on Copperhead Road.
Okay.
Steve Earle. No thanks. Oh, no thanks to AC/DC or Garth Brooks, by the way. Number 5, Sweet Home Alabama. Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's a fine song.
It is a fine song.
Yeah, Leonard Skinner. I really like their guitar-centric, approach to music, and it's a shame they've been so overplayed.
It is. But then you hear one that you don't hear as much, like you ever hear the song "Give Me Back My Bullets." It's awesome. Trust me. Number 4, the newest, I would say, song to achieve jukebox immortality. This is a contemporary artist who has absolutely set his place in the jukebox, and it is not going away, and I don't think it ever will go away. Do you know who and what I'm talking about?
Nope.
You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
As sweet as strawberry wine. That asshole.
Who is it again that
Chris
does that?
Stapleton.
Oh, gotcha.
Chris Stapleton's version of Tennessee whiskey. He is in the jukebox. Nobody can take it away from him.
Yeah.
I'm really tired of hearing it.
Yeah.
Number 3, Hound Dog. Number 2, Old Time Rock and Roll. Number 1, Crazy by Patsy Cline.
Okay.
So, some things don't change. Now we have a top 10 from Touch Tunes, where the person who is recounting their top 10 somehow missed number 8. So we have top 10, but we're missing number 8. This was the top 10 songs played in 2023, the most recent data that we can acquire, of course. Number 10, Summer of 69 by Bryan Adams. Never heard.
Summer of 69.
Oh, okay.
He was 69ing the whole summer.
Yeah. I mean, the article did say people might not know that this song is a little bit bawdy, but of course you do. Number 9, The Gambler by Kenny Loggins. Too long. Too long. Number 8, we don't know. Number 7, Sex on Fire by Kings of Leon.
Ugh.
Number 6, Mr. Brightside by The Killers. Number 5, Miracle by Calvin Harris and Ellie Goulding, who are evidently famous. Number 4, Belter by Jerry Cinnamon, who is evidently famous.
Jerry Cinnamon.
Number 3, Tennessee Whiskey. Number 2, Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses. That is it.
Sorry.
That is it, and that sounds like all the stuff that either is or used to be on the Beats Me that I hate. And number 1 song played on Touch Tunes last year was Miley Cyrus's Flowers.
Wow.
Big hit of the year, of course. Let's get into some other information from Touch Tunes about what people did on jukeboxes last year. The top 10 played male artists of last year: Morgan Wallen, Chris Stapleton, Jelly Roll, who is just so goofy looking. I'm just seeing a picture of him for the first time. Oh. Luke Combs, Drake, Zach Bryan, Kid Rock, George Strait, Tyler Childers, Toby Keith. Top 10 female artists: Taylor Swift, Rihanna, Miley Cyrus, Beyonce, Elle King, Shania Twain, Cardi B, Miranda Lambert, Whitney Houston, Lainey Wilson. Top 10 played bands, and here's This is who jukeboxes are for.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, it's funny just to differentiate between, like, clubs, for example, and places with jukeboxes. Right?
Uh-huh. And maybe that's about where we spend our time.
Yeah.
For work or for play.
It's true.
But when I see this list of the top 10 bands that got played on jukeboxes in the year 2023, I'm like, yeah, jukeboxes are for a very specific people. Because here they are. We'll go from 10 to 1. Number 10, Guns N' Roses. Number 9, Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Number 8, Metallica. Number 7, Led Zeppelin. Number 6, The Eagles. Number 5, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Number 4, Fleetwood Mac. Number 3, The Rolling Stones. Number 2, Leonard Skinner. Number 1, AC/DC.
God.
It's bleak. It's bleak.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
really bleak, man. And I'm not even saying I dislike all of those bands, but all as one. It's tough. Here's the top 5 songs played. Top 5 catalog songs. They had a separate list for new songs. These are the all-timers. And just number 5, The Joker by Steve Miller Band. Number 4, Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. Number 3, Simple Man by Leonard Skinner.
Simple.
Now, Brown Eyed Girl and Simple Man, you know, those are both fine songs, but we've heard them enough.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Number 2, Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. Dear God. I have been working in a bar more times than I'd like, and that song comes on, and everybody starts singing along to it, and I want to just unplug the whole bar and walk home. It's a long walk. Number 1 played song in 2023. You want to hazard a guess?
No.
Fat Bottom Girls by Queen.
Oh, really?
The worst Queen song.
Yeah.
The worst Queen song.
Wow.
So, if anybody wants more information about this, they have a breakdown of top like Latin and R&B and hip hop and all that stuff. But we have run out of time, and I'm sad. So,
we need to make the world a better place, and we need to start by playing better stuff on jukeboxes.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. You ain't no bloodhound, just working all the time. Oh, I love this one.
I'm gonna hop to this one all night long, Daddy-O. That was the prop for this week. It was a little ball that, Oh, whoa!
Everybody in the 50s. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Ooh. Then they go get a malt. Whoa.
Ha. Let's have a malt on the facts.
Okay.
Oh, yum.
Looks tasty. And sexual? I don't know. Hey, it's why now. This time it is.
We've arrived at the one.
Yeah.
You want to hear good music, and if you can choose what you're going to hear, it makes that music so much better.
I'm going to go even a little further than that.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm going to zoom us out slightly more than that.
Okay.
Everybody thinks they have really good taste.
Whoa.
And
Here's some sass.
and
Here we are.
sub-level to that, everybody kind of thinks everybody else doesn't have good taste, or at least as good as theirs.
We all know we're guilty.
Yes. Oh, I'm certainly guilty.
Yeah.
Except I'm right. So,
No, I'm right.
once we reached the point where we no longer just all were agreeing upon the guy going,
We're like, no, do the other one. He's like, okay.
yeah. Even then, there were people who were shouting out requests. Even that guy got heckled.
Just cowboys, 6-shooters, and everything. Their horses are tied up outside. They're like, he's playing this one again? Who played this one?
It should only be every 6 hours. But you never shoot him.
You know that song, Headstrong.
Yeah, I'll take on anyone. I'm just not sure if I belong here.
So, beyond the level of it gives you a choice of what you hear in your bar, where you're at.
Yeah.
You're talking. Why is that such a thing? Why is that so enticing that we can choose what we hear?
Yeah. Well, because
with other people around, we can go home and put it on the damn turntable.
That's true. We could all sit at a bar, each of us with headphones in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And look, I've thought about it. I did once.
Ooh. Tell us.
Okay, this was in college.
Oh.
I had taken the drug.
Ooh,
known
was
as
Ryan Reynolds there?
Why? Because
He'd
he's
be in the hallways in the dorm.
Because he's Deadpool and he's chaos and drugs are chaos.
He's in every college fucking rom-com shit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Anyways,
yeah.
Continue.
This was not a Van Wilder situation. I had taken MDMA, Molly, and my my friends were like, "We're going to the club," and I was like, "I don't want to go to the club. I don't like how loud they are. There's nothing that's for me there." But they were like, "Just come. You're on ecstasy. It's going to be music. See if you like it." And I, being on ecstasy, or Molly, same difference basically,
said yes.
I was like, yeah, yes and. Molly is a very yes and drug.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to this club, and I'm trying it with the club music for a little while. But pretty quickly, I just decided I'm just going to lean back against the wall and put my hood up and put my headphones in, and I'm going to listen to shit I like, and I'll watch people dancing or whatever. But I'm just going to do that.
Mm-hmm. People twerking to They Might Be Giants. Yeah. The best club that we could possibly think about.
I want to sing the dumbest They Might Be Giant song for that visual. This is not what I'm even a fan of, but Particle Man, and they're just
big butts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the new version of
people in the 50s.
I wasn't watching people dance in a lascivious way, just to be clear. I just was the visual of a club full of people dancing, but I was listening to Queens of the Stone Age or whatever.
Sounds pretty scandalous to me.
It wasn't, but I now can look at myself in that memory from the outside and be like, yeah, it was a dude standing against a wall with his hood up, not talking to anyone, not participating in it in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. I probably looked like a real fucking weirdo, and I am.
And they're like, by the way, that guy's on MDMA. How?
Yeah, just the most docile seeming.
Wow.
But that all to say, the individual headphone thing, I've done it. But the jukebox is about community. Some people abuse that power, fish heads, etc. Some people, I think we talked about this in our Lost segment, sometimes you'll be sitting there and somebody plays something you like that's kind of unexpected. So you send them one back. Yeah. And then you have this fun moment of looking around, trying to meet who your kindred spirit is.
Yeah.
The jukebox it's a power that can be abused, but it's also a beautiful thing. But it does come down to everybody thinks their taste is better than everybody else's, I think. Or you got the person who really is I'm going to put on Don't Stop Believing because everybody loves it and we're going to sing along. which, like, fuck you.
They can
but
get fucked.
yeah, like, just fuck you.
I-
You're not wrong, but get fucked.
What? I said to people a lot. You're not wrong, but get fucked. I don't know. I don't think. I think after that, for me, it's like, why do you want to hear something? For like, I don't know.
Jay, I did not set the alarm. You want to just go 20 minutes from now?
No. Let's start. Let's start on the work.
Okay.
No need for alarm.
Okay.
Feel it out. Let's start on the work.
Okay. So no better place to start than the fate of the jukebox, as we have just laid out. A case for its beauty and a case for its ugliness. Would you concur?
Yes, which of course brings it to the hot tub, which is where we've been putting almost like everything.
Yes, the hot tub is getting pretty full.
It's just like, yeah, it's so many things you could say that about. It's just like, you do like it, but not all the time. And Pinewood is, everything's already up there. For good, but,
I love a jukebox. I love playing songs on a jukebox. I've put entirely too much money into jukeboxes throughout the course of my life and financial state.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm in Pinewood, am I having to hear fucking AC/DC?
Right. Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah. It can't be in Pinewood.
Which is sad. I love them. I really do. I love that they exist. I love what they give to a room,
Get in the
to
hot
a bar.
tub, buddy.
It's the hot tub. It's
Yeah.
gotta be, you gotta throw that jukebox in the hot tub.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I would have liked to have seen it go all the way, but people just don't know how to act.
Yeah, the biggest fault, and, talk about, like, how would you improve a jukebox?
Get rid of people.
Get rid of other people in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the best jukebox right there.
Yeah.
But no,
Because
that's what you're saying is, like,
there cannot have been a single night in any bar in any part of the world, other than maybe like some little country bar that only has like 5 CDs and an old jukebox or something like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking like AMI style, touch tones, digital jukebox. There cannot have been a single night where every song that got played, every person in the bar liked it. It's just, there's just no way.
Ooh. Maybe that's the best feature of a jukebox, is songs get likes. And if they surpass a certain amount of likes, you get your money back for playing the song.
No, absolutely not. That leads to so much more AC/DC.
People would, yeah.
I would say if it gets a certain amount of likes, it's eliminated from the catalog.
That does sound like a good jukebox.
Yeah.
That's a good one. So that's okay.
Bohemian Rhapsody, bye. I will miss you, kind of, but bye.
It's a great idea. Okay, so the villain of the jukebox.
People. Human beings.
You're right. All right. That's so fucking true.
We're chaos this episode.
Ooh.
It's real now.
Made it real. Twist.
The twist and the lesson.
Yeah. Lesson is always before the twist.
Oh, there's no hard rules about that. The twist is just usually funnier.
Yeah, you're right.
The lesson is listen to more music before you make other people listen to that music. Or the other music that you already have heard. Listen to more music. And good music, please.
I would say the lesson is be able to be okay with with variables in your surroundings that you don't like that.
Oh, you're pointing the lesson at me? What the fuck is this shit?
I mean, just like if it's gonna be that bad to have a jukebox with other people playing anything else on it, other than They Might Be Giants, then then maybe you should like just chill out a little bit.
I'll sit through fucking Rolling Stones.
Don't sass me.
I know a certain person who was getting furious about how much Rolling Stones was getting played on a jukebox one time, and I was perfectly fine. I can't believe this. That the lesson is pointed at me. You're way more upset by jukeboxes than me.
No. Okay, do you got a lesson?
I said one.
What was it?
Listen to more music and better, please.
Oh,
yeah. By the way, and I'm not complaining about this at all, but it just occurred to me. Or it has occurred to me. I don't think I've ever once gotten a lesson by you. Not once.
A lesson by me?
Like, I've never said a lesson that you approved of, I don't think, yet, since we've been doing them. It's funny to me. It makes me hungry for it.
You need to understand, okay? I'm trying to teach you these lessons.
And I am all about teaching people lessons, but turn the lesson on me? When you were so mad that Rolling Stones was playing.
I was. I said to Zach very loudly, "Who the fuck is playing Rolling Stones here?"
Listen to more music, but better, please. That's my pitch. That's all I got. What's the twist? Unless you can come up with a better lesson. But one that's not. That I'm supposed to learn it.
The twist is jukeboxes, the companies that make jukeboxes, they started all these famous bands in the first place.
Oh.
Elvis, all the other motherfuckers that we said.
Yeah.
That have like the top 10.
Scott Young, I think, is the AC/DC guy.
They were all started by jukebox companies.
He was a jukebox maker.
Make a song that would sound good on our jukeboxes, and we'll feature them on our jukeboxes and play for your record distribution.
Yeah, his name's not Scott Young, but it's something like that. He was working for Touchtones, designing the selectograph that could make 12 records be in it. He was like, by Jove, I've almost cracked it, but it's missing a song. I know.
He tells his wife, "I think I've got it. Tell me what you think." And you're TNT. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what.
Well, we both are right, because we were working together instead of all of a sudden turning on our friend and making him supposed to.
I want to be the only one that's right.
All right, Jay. I don't know if it was 20 minutes or not, but we're just going to do this one last thing very quickly.
Let's do it.
So, AmericanSongwriter.com writer Jacob Whitty, who in his profile photo is wearing a scarf over a flannel shirt. So that's who we're dealing with here. He wrote an article called The 7 Best Jukebox Songs. And we're not going to read the whole article because we don't have time. But I'm going to list them. I'm going to list what this just random guy said are the best 7 songs. And you tell me at what point you are getting up and leaving the bar. Okay? So you're sitting in the bar. You're having a pretty good time. All of a sudden, Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen comes on.
I'm leaving.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Hello there. It's almost the end of the show, but not quite. I'm Zach Caffrey.
I'm Jason Ford.
And you just watched the episode of Metaphiles that you watched. And now you're seeing this. And it's the part where we say, it's like us. Subscribe to us. Comment. about it.
Get on our shit.
Get on it. Build a little community with us. You're all a part of it. It's a nice little world we have here.
It's just a big ball of liking and subscribing and comments.
And it's wonderful to do. And you like doing it. You do.
You do.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
And this week, why not make a comment about bye.
Bye-bye.
Files.